Okay.
Hey, this is Catherine Hickland, and I am here for the WSE Lounge podcast. Some of the most fun interviews that you'll ever hear. This is country music singer Ashley Carson, and you're listening to the WSE Lounge. Hey everybody, Maggie Bob here. You're listening to the WSE Lounge. Hey y'all, we're Dottie Dixie, and you're listening to the WSE Lounge. Hey everybody, this is Patricia Darbo. I play Shirley Spectra on The Bold and the Beautiful, and you're listening to WSE Lounge. Oh, this is Ian Buchanan. You're now in the Flavia General Hospital, and also Dr. Dick Floyd on The Bold and the Beautiful, and you are listening to WSE Lounge. Hi, I'm Ruiz Bernard. I play Sonny on General Hospital. I play Sonny Corinto, and you're listening to WSE Lounge. Hey, what's up? This is Mark Anthony Samuel from ABC's General Hospital. You know me as Steven Dubois. You're listening to the WSE Lounge. Hi, I'm Iggy Weaver, and I play Danny Morgan on General Hospital, and you're listening to WSE Lounge. Hey, this is Kristen Alderson, and you're listening to the WSE Lounge.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, as always, Brian of the WSE Lounge. And I want to say hello out there to George and Carl at this time. Also, want to let everybody know that the sponsor of this show is Stevens and Stevens Group Real Estate out of Georgia. If you're looking to lease a house, rent a house, or buy a house, that's the place to go. They've won excellency awards all throughout the state last year, and they've been going strong. They're a family-owned business. So if you're looking for a house in the state of Georgia, look no further than Stevens and Stevens Group Real Estate. And also, folks, I want you to stay tuned. Later today, there could be another bombshell announcement. Not as big as the other day, but another bombshell announcement. I'm waiting on confirmation. The interview this coming Thursday with Leslie Kay is what it all centers around. So I'm waiting for confirmation about this, and once I get word on that, I will announce it later on the WSE Lounge. And if it goes down and happens, it's going to be history making, believe me on that. But anyway, without any further ado, I want to welcome our guest at this time. She is a boxer, a singer, an actress, and her name is Danielle Sandler. Welcome, Danielle.
Hi, how are you doing, everybody? How's it going on this rainy day? Well, not this rainy day here, but not this rainy day.
It's partly cloudy outside, a little bit windy, but it's, the weather's fair. It's not
Yeah.
not bad or anything, so that that's good. What was your first passion, and how did you get into it? Because I know you're doing a lot of different things, so that's why I have to ask you that question.
Oh, man. Well, that's a really good question. So, I was always acting when I was younger. My parents always put me in, like, a lot of creativity and acting camp and performance camp. And, actually, my first love was they started me out in, like, horseback riding, because I love horseback riding. But then, like, I was always really creative, and I loved being creative, and I kind of wanted to express myself in different ways. And I started acting when I was probably preteen, and then high school I started acting, and I just really got into it from there. I was always also really interested in reading and movies that were adapted from books.
Mm-hmm.
When I graduated in 2012, and I got a degree in film, and it just took off from there. Honestly, I always thought. Can you guys hear me okay? By the way?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So I'm on Bluetooth. So I mean, it kind of just went from there. I honestly never thought I was gonna be in front of the camera. I always thought I was gonna do film editing because I've always loved that. I have a huge passion for that. I used to make little films when I was younger. And I like to do animation too. Like I took play animation. I love that. That's really fun in stop motion. That's very, very fun. I like all branches of film and film editing, but I really started acting in the indie scene back in 2017 is when it really all started. I had a friend from college, and she asked me if I wanted to be in this horror film called Voorhees, which is actually coming out September 13th of this year. So Friday the 13th.
Is that the one called Voorhees?
Yeah, that's a Voorhees. That's a horror film I'm in.
Okay.
And then it just and then I just started making connections from there. I met one of my really good friends from there, and he's an established actor, and he started getting me all these different roles, and I have another movie that's coming out called Volkov, so I'm really excited about that. The trailer actually dropped on May 4th. On May 4th, and it was like Free Comic Book Day. We had a whole cast and crew there at Flashback Comics in Woodbridge, Virginia. It was really successful. We sold a majority of the tickets there as well because the premiere is June 23rd. And we're all really excited. We all worked really, really hard. And I love the director and the producer of this film. They're both phenomenal. It's an original film. And the producer already entered it in two different, actually one of the film festivals seeked him out because they loved the film so much.
Mm-hmm.
And this film was entered in, we went for more two film festivals. So one was the Independent Film Collective
Mm-hmm.
in Philly. That was one of them. And there was another one in LA. I wanted to get the right name. Hold on. I have it. So, the Film Collective 2019 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for Independent Film Awards. And the 2019 Independent Shorts Awards, which is in Los Angeles, California. And I'm really happy to announce that the trailer for this film, and now we're eligible for other festivals because of it. I've already won Gold Award.
Wow.
For Los Angeles for that one. So it's really mind blowing. I honestly never thought I'd be a part of something like this. I always thought, like I said, I'd be behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
In my spare time, because you're asking me about the boxing too, in my spare time, I love working out. I'm a fitness junkie. I work out every day. So I always thought, hey, I'm always going to be like working out or becoming a personal trainer. And I mean, people have asked me if I ever wanted to do that, and yes, and that's where the boxing comes in. I've been boxing for over 2.5 years. I love it. It's an amazing workout. I actually did a celebrity boxing event.
Now, what kind of workout was that? Because I didn't quite understand. What was the name of the workout? I didn't quite understand.
Sorry. I said that I love boxing. Boxing is a great workout.
Oh, okay.
It's like an awesome form of cardio. Probably one of the best workouts. I like to be
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to challenge myself too. And doing that, like I also incorporated that with my acting. I mean, this isn't really acting, but it was on TV, where you could see there's a, don't quote me on that, I'm not sure if it was on TV or not. I know that it was like on a boxing channel though, where I went up against this girl. She was a glamorous lady of wrestling. If anybody's ever heard of Glow.
Glow, yes, Glow,
And,
Glow Women's Wrestling.
right. So I went up against the girl in that, and I kicked her. If I say a bad word, I kicked her ass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And that was a lot of fun. So. And I
What?
was trained really well for that. So.
Okay, now I wanted to ask you, you mentioned horses. Do you still have horses you take care of and everything, or what?
I do not own a horse, even though I've always wanted one when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
My parents. I used to leave horses. I used to compete when I was a teenager. So I've been riding ever since I was a child, like a baby. I'd say like 3. And then I really started when I was 8. I did a lot of horsemanship camps. And then when I was like around 15 to 18, I started doing it competitively.
Uh-huh.
And I did a lot of show jumping. And horses are my favorite animal. And yeah, I still do want a horse. I want one.
Okay. You now the movie we just spoke about just a few minutes ago, Voorhees. I'm guessing that's a take from Jason. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, so right, so Voorhees is a horror film. I mean, we have a lot of Friday the 13th. It's extremely popular.
Mm-hmm.
This is and there's a lot of people coming out with these fan films, but this is really different. Like, it's more like classic campy. So it's about, basically the plot is about victims that, I'm sorry, not victims, bank robbers.
Uh-huh.
And they need a place to hide out. And they successfully got away with the heist. And, or so they thought. And then, they go to Camp Crystal Lake, and then hell happens, hell approaches.
Mm-hmm.
They encounter Jason. So I don't want to give too much of it away, but
Okay.
the release is September 13th.
Okay. Yeah, I would really hate for you to give too much away on the show, and then your director or producer say you're fired. You know.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
Exactly.
How now this is a good friend of mine. I've known him for over 10 years. I've never had the privilege of meeting him in person, but what was it like for you working with Rob Kellum in Supernatural Assassins?
I love Rob, and this isn't the first time I actually have worked with a WWE wrestler. Like, I love that whole team.
Uh-huh.
Rob is so sweet. I love him so much. He's so sweet, and he told me about like what he likes to do in his spare time and how he knows. There's actually another pro wrestler. He said he likes to do yoga, and there's another pro wrestler that's doing yoga.
DDP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, because I love working out, I was like, oh, it's so cool. Like, I do a lot of yoga, Pilates, too. I was like, oh, it's so cool. So I remember him telling me about that. He also told me about his pet, like Sparky. And he posts a lot of pictures on Facebook of Sparky. It's really cute.
Yeah.
But Rob is a really cool guy. Another really cool thing, and I've also worked with, in Volkar, we have a couple of professional people in there. We have Andy Weinberg, the winner, which is Nikolai Volkov's son.
Oh, I didn't know he was Nikolai. I didn't know that.
Yep, and that's
Wow.
cool. Yeah, he's in good health, yeah. And he's a cool guy, too. He's a really nice guy. We have Pappas Weimer. He is also a pro wrestler as well. Who's also in that movie. Both are really cool guys. We also have
Do you know who he goes under?
I am not too sure.
Okay.
But I know that he's a pro wrestler and they're really cool.
Okay.
Really cool to with these people. We have a lot of neat people that we work with in these films. But I mean, it was really fun working with a variety of people like that, and like athletes, and getting to talk to people like that, and that whole world. So, and Rob is such a nice guy. He is so sweet.
He really is, and I'll tell you a funny story, and you can actually go back in the archives of the WSE Lounge. Actually, I think I got it on the YouTube channel too, on the WSE Lounge YouTube channel, where I interviewed Stroh with Papa Stroh and Dorothy, and it was a Halloween edition, and and that one got out of hand, and some spooky stuff happened, and it was just hilarious. But it was a great show. You know, you would really enjoy it.
Well, if you want to bring it up for me, if you want to send me the link, I'll definitely listen to it. If you have the link.
Okay, yeah. I'll send you the link after the show's over, so you can check it out.
Definitely. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, what type of music do you sing?
What type of music do I sing? Oh my gosh. I love the oldies, like very, very old music. Probably, I have such an old soul.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Honestly, I love that type of music. You know what I've really been into? I love Billy Squire.
Billy Squire.
I love Bon Jovi.
I know who Bon Jovi is.
Yeah. And Whitesnake, like I said, I love Whitesnake. I think it's awesome. Rush. I really could go down the list. I like listening to the classics too. And people are probably gonna hate me for this, but I love old school country. A little bit of old school country.
I like country music and gospel music. I'm not a bit now. I'll tell you what. Now, I don't like heavy metal. Now,
I love heavy metal.
Now I gotta say though, there's.
Oh, Van Halen. I love Van Halen.
Oh, Van Halen.
Heavy metal, but I love Van Halen.
Now I gotta say though, there's two songs from heavy metal that I know through the years, and one of them is "Pour Some Sugar on Me." You ever heard of that one? I think it's by Def Leppard. Okay. Rock. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Then the other song I was introduced to through my brother, and also it was a Steiner Brothers theme song that came out in ECW called "Welcome to the Jungle."
Oh yeah, I love Guns N' Roses. I really
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Guns N' Roses. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know anything about heavy metal. You know, I'm just not a big heavy metal fan. You know, but.
Oh man, I used to listen to that. I don't listen to it as much, but I used to listen to death metal. Gosh, what's the one? I used to listen to a lot of Cannibal Corpse. They're a little morbid. Well, they're really morbid, but they're good.
What's the name of them now?
Cannibal Corpse.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of them. And I don't know what kind of music. What kind of music is the band Creed? Is that heavy metal or what is that?
Creed?
Yeah, because there's one song I like they sing called "My Sacrifice." You ever heard of that one?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could be heavy metal, I guess. I would think they're more kind of alternative. I could be wrong though. I'm not good when it comes to labeling
Okay.
genres of music.
And
Whatever sounds good to me. It's a classic.
there's another group. I think they're called Lighthouse. They sing a song called "You and Me," and the way I heard.
Oh, I love that song.
And now this you're gonna laugh at this, but this is the way that I came about knowing that song and knowing the band. I was watching One Life to Live one day, and characters from there, Marcy and Michael, I first heard it on there, and I was like, man, I love this song. So I went out and I found out, I Googled it, looked it up, and found out what it was, went out and got the CD, and I just, I loved it since then, and I was gonna say something else, and I forgot what I was going to mention. Maybe I'll think of it as the interview goes on, but it was something about, let's see, what was it? Oh, I know what it was. You were talking about wrestling and stuff, and it's real funny now. This is a true story. When I was growing up as a kid, and I would watch WCW, and I'd watch WWF. As I would watch them, every time they would come on, they would say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live from Tampa Bay, Florida. Or we're coming to you from Orlando, Florida, Nashville, Tennessee." And every week they would say that. Since then, after they said that every week, I learned the cities and states that went with the states, in the United States. And I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
I learned it through that, though, because they would say every week where they were coming from. And so I learned through that, which is kind of weird, but,
No, I know where you're coming from. I don't know if this is like relate, but I mean, I have cousins from Israel who they a lot of them have learned their English off American television, kind of like that. So.
Oh, cool.
It could be the same. Yeah. Some of them, not all of them.
That's cool. What singers do you look up to?
What singers do I look up to? Oh man, that's a really good question. I like singers that really have like a lot of like passion. That's why I like to listen to the oldies.
Mm-hmm.
I like singers that have a lot of passion in their song, like, were they hurt, were they in love, are they happy, are they sad, that's a good question. Well, I'll start off with this. I saw Fastball in concert, and I thought they were great, and I like bands that have really good stage presence.
Mm-hmm.
I look up to people like that are confident enough to go on stage and, really listen to their fans and really adore their fans, because, honestly, when I see something like that, like an influence like that, honestly, I wouldn't be anywhere without my fans. I wouldn't be anywhere without my connections. I wouldn't be anywhere without my friends helping me in this industry. I don't think I could do that alone, So I respect a lot of singers who are like, oh, I love you guys so much, I love my fans, and, because everybody likes to be remembered or talked about, but I like to talk about other people. So, I guess maybe a singer that I look up to, a really good question. Oh, man. Well, I always used to talk about, the singer in ABBA, because she had an interesting story. She really, I guess I kind of look up to her, maybe, because she was very passionate in her songs, and she kind of lived like a little bit of a dysfunctional life after ABBA broke up, and you could just see it, in her videos. Like you could just
Uh-huh.
You know who I really look up to?
Who?
Now it just came to me. Elton John. I love him.
Elton
I saw him
John.
in concert.
Now I know Elton John.
I love him.
The other lady you mentioned, I didn't know who that was, but I know who Elton John is.
So the other girl is from ABBA. She's the blonde one, not the brunette. And she lived kind of a dysfunctional life, but I give her a lot of respect because she really did go through a lot. Or even Tammy Wynette. But I love Elton John. I love Elton John. I saw him in concert. My mom and I went together, and I loved watching him. I respect him. He is such a rocker, even at 70. He looks great too, and he's still trying to change the world. And I really respect him. And just a lot of bands like that. There's a lot of bands that are like really, a lot of singers, even like Freddie Mercury from Queen. Like he was so nice to people.
Uh-huh.
Even though he could be like a piece of work to his band sometimes, he was always really nice and always really caring and forgiving. And I respect people like that who are just very respectful. That aren't so egotistical, aren't so crazy.
Oh, yes, I do. I know exactly what you mean on that.
What? Yeah, people that can be rational, because...
Yeah, understanding and stuff.
I've been through a lot. Yeah, and understanding. Like, I've been through a lot in my life, and I've been through my ups and downs, definitely my downs, before I even got to this point, with my acting. I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful to be where I am today. It's not just because of my hard work, but because of the people I know. So they're who shapes. They are the ones who shaped me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like having your first boxing match back in March? I know you mentioned that earlier and everything, but what was that like?
Oh my gosh, exciting. Really, the days leading up to it, I was focused. I always did my routine. I always did what my trainer told me to do, and I just was focused the whole time. It's a lot. You have to stay focused in something like that. You cannot skip a day of training. You can't. If you're going to do something like that, you gotta really put yourself in the mindset, and I didn't realize, I learned a lot of things about boxing that I didn't even know about, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I was excited because it was my first match, and I would like to do more in the future, and I was really, when the day came, I was really nervous, but it was like a good nervous, it kind of pushed me to do well like that. That's when you really feel that high, that adrenaline at that moment. And when you go into the ring and you have the crowd around you, I honestly thought I wouldn't be able to stay focused, but when you get in there, you're just in the zone, man. It's incredible. So it was just one of the most nerve-wracking, but one of the most exciting moments in my life. And I would definitely love to do it again. And I love that I can push myself. I love that I can stay in shape and push myself and live a healthy lifestyle. I always tell people that living a healthy lifestyle, it will make you so happy. Because it's like the best medicine that you can give to your body.
Yeah, I agree. You have to motivate yourself and try to take care of yourself and work out and exercise and everything, because when you do that, you also make yourself feel better too. So.
Yes, definitely.
Now, this question right here, this may be a little bit hard to answer, but it's a complicated question, but here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know, does it take more time to go into preparing to act, box, or sing?
Oh, that's such a good question. Let's see. Well, they all have to do with like muscle memory or any type of memorization. And you have to schedule yourself, and you have to prepare yourself accordingly. So, oh man, I guess, and you have to, I mean, with anything professional like that, with anything that you're going to do, you have to be there on time. You have to be punctual. You have to have some type of self-discipline. I would say that out of the three of them, it might be the acting, because with the acting, you're totally transforming yourself into a different character. So, like with singing, you have to memorize a song, and you sing. And then with boxing, your only focus is like your opponent, and you're going to beat your opponent, and that you're fighting, and that you're training. Now, like with the acting, you have to, it changes every day.
Yeah, because
one day I could be a pirate, one day I could be a horror victim, the next day I could be a waitress, the next day I could be a policewoman, or a firefighter. You have to, and that's like a thing, you have to mentally prepare yourself for that role. And you have to make sure that you're doing it, you just have to do your job and do it right, is what it is.
And speaking of acting and everything, did you hear about the sad news of legendary Hollywood actress Doris Day passing away today at 97?
Oh, yeah, I know. So sad.
She was a legend.
Oh, I know. She's wonderful. Yeah, that is very sad. We're always losing a lot of great people.
Yes, yeah, we are. I mean, just like when Luke Perry, when he passed away, that stunned me. I mean, I watched 90210 growing up. I know they're coming back for the reboot, with the original cast, but and
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 that was a big deal too.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry about that.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You go first.
I was just gonna say that I didn't know if you knew or not, but Luke Perry, his son's actually a wrestler, Jungle Boy. He's actually working for AEW.
Really?
Yes, he actually signed with AEW, and he's actually been working on the independent scene. I think his real,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I think his real name is I want to say Greg, but I may be wrong. I'm probably wrong on. No, it was Harry. I think let's see, was it? It's either Harry or Greg or something. But the stroke could tell you better than I could. But I think that was his. I can't remember his real name, but but he's Luke Perry's son.
I know who you're talking about. I just had no idea he did that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Huh. But I love that. That was a big thing for people too when Luke Perry passed away, because apparently a lot of people like watching the soap operas. I mean, I'm actually rewatching not Beverly Hills 90210. I should though. I should try to watch it again. But I've been rewatching Melrose Place, which I love. And I watched Jane the Virgin, which is also one of my favorite shows. It's actually in the last season right now, and I've been watching that one. That's the more modernized telenovela, like a Spanish soap opera on the CW. It's really good. I'm sure people, if they've ever listened to it, they're like, oh, I love that show.
Yeah, I tried watching Jane. I tried watching Jane the Virgin. I think I watched the first episode. I couldn't get into it. And then there was another show that come on. I don't remember the name. What was it called? Life something. It had Lucy L in it from Pretty Little Liars. Life Unexpected or something like that. And I couldn't get into that either. I tried to get into that and I couldn't get into that. I think the last CW show, and now this is actually weird, but you know, I watched Supergirl when it was over on CBS, and I loved it. But then when it moved over to the CW, I just lost interest in it. I don't know what it was, but I don't know. I just like it moved to the other network, and I don't know. There was something different about it. I couldn't keep a hold of the storylines, and I was like, well, this is not interesting to me anymore,
Yeah, I get the same way. I get bored too easily when it comes to. I try so hard. Excuse me. I have really bad allergies.
Oh, bless you.
So yeah, it's hard for me to get into a show too. I have to be like really think into it. Like I never thought I'd be interested in like another soap opera like this. Because like it's very rare for me to be interested in soap operas, but this is a good one. I really identified with it. So, but yeah. So.
Which of the two have you had a bigger crowd for? Was it you singing at a concert, or was it you when you had the boxing match?
I'd have to say, I probably have to say the singing, because at this point, not a lot of people didn't really know. I mean, like they had the poster up and all that, the promotion for the boxing, but at this point, they didn't really. Not a lot of people really knew me at that point. I mean, there was a big crowd. It was at the Showboat Hotel in Atlantic City. It was really cool. Richard Pryor Jr. was there in the crowd, and I got to meet him. Richard Pryor's son, which is so cool. So he got to see me fight, which was a lot of fun.
That's cool. Does he favor his daddy?
Say it again?
Does he favor his daddy? Richard Pryor?
Does he
favor. Does he favor his daddy? Look like. Does he look like his daddy?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's not you, it's my phone. It's my Bluetooth that was going in and out. Does he look like his dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. It's weird. It's eerie. I kind of knew. When I looked out in the audience, I was like, huh. And I was like, it's standing in the ring, because I could see, and I really wanted to meet him after. And he's a really nice guy. So I probably had I usually have a bigger crowd with the singing. I love performing, and I frequent a lot of different places for like karaoke. So, and people just know who I am, and they know I'm good. I'm not trying to brag. It's just I like getting the crowd into it. I love getting everybody into it, and I always try to make people dance or clap their hands, or just have like a really fun time.
Yeah, and I know that I know Dr. John and Stroh are big supporters of your singing and everything, and speaking of Dr. John, he'll be on this show next Monday. He'll be on the show.
Oh, very cool.
Yes, yeah, he'll be here next Monday on the show for an interview.
That is very cool. I haven't talked to him in a while. I've been so busy.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, May, wait a minute. Yeah, May the 20th he'll be here next Monday. He'll be on here at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Lovely. Then I will definitely have to tune in. Definitely.
Yeah, you have to check that out, because he's gonna be talking about Lizard Man and UFOs and Bigfoot and wrestling and all that stuff.
I love all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in, I love the Mandela effect. That's what I'm like, I love quantum physics. I don't fully understand it, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to. I love time travel. Love it. So,
Now, what exactly is the
yeah.
Mandela effect? What is that?
So, the Mandela effect is, okay, so, for example,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember something being said or looking different, like a certain way? Like, do you remember it, like, from when you first saw it, and, like, now it's, like, totally different? But you swear you remember that you were like, oh, in the past, like, oh, I swear he said that in that movie, and, like, there's different, so, basically, it's the theory that time travelers are tampering with different, like, culture, or pop, not really, it could be pop culture, but,
Mm-hmm.
like, anything. Like, for example, it's the theory that time travelers or people are going back in time and they're tampering with the timeline, or that everything is in a alternate universe. I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly, but people get the idea.
So it's so basically.
For
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no. So for
Uh-huh.
example, like the whole reason that it's called the Mandela effect is because, like, how do you remember Nelson Mandela passing away? Like, do you remember him passing away in jail in the 80s? Or do you remember seeing his funeral in 2013 on television? It was a worldwide event for it. People swear that he died in the 80s in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And other people are saying, no, I saw him in 2013. The whole funeral was on the news, and everybody, I swear, I swear I saw it like that. You know, it's even at the boxing, like Evander Holyfield.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you remember him being like my dad is so funny when he talks about this. Like, he remembers it being like a bloody mess with Tyson, like, fighting his ear off. But apparently it was like nothing. It was like a little, like, dice, you know? He'd spit off a piece of his ear.
Yeah, I remember that. And now Nelson Mandela, isn't that the man that isn't that man that brainwashed all those people and caused them to?
He was an activist, you know.
He's the one that brainwashed all those people and caused all those crimes and stuff.
I think so. He was an activist. I know that.
Yeah.
But that's why I call it the Mandela effect, because a lot of people say he died in the 80s, and then, I've heard both. That's why I'm, like, so confused. I remember 2013. I remember seeing it on TV, too. It's so weird. Or, for, like, pop culture references, they have, like, for example, I don't know. What's a good one? Like, how do you remember, like, do you remember in Star Wars, it's a famous one, like, it's, like, how do you remember the famous line, Luke, I am your father?
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody remembers it as Luke, I am your father, but it's really like, no, I am your father. If you go back and play the movie, it's no, I am your father. I always remembered it as Luke, I am your father, you know?
Yeah.
Things like that. Also, another really cool one that I love, which is probably my favorite, the Berenstain Bears.
What's the name of the band now?
You know that children's book called the Berenstain Bears?
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. I used to read, when I was a little kid, I used to read the Berenstain Bears.
Right. So how do you remember it? As Berenstein or Berenstain?
Berenstain.
Right. I remember a ton of people remember it as Berenstein. I remember it as Berenstein as well. I used to connect the E's when I was a kid, so I can remember how to spell it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Berenstain. It's Stain on the end, and everyone's going like crazy over that one. That was one that people were like, no, this can't be. Someone's tampering with the timeline. Blah blah blah. It's a cool. That's like one of my favorite. Or there's a lot of different ones. Like there's like a Snow White one. Like mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all?
Mm-hmm.
Forget the original line, but it's like the people remember it as being a different line. Or like, here's a good one from Forrest Gump. So a lot of people remember the famous line.
But I always said life's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, but life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I go back and I go, no way. People are like it's totally lost. It's all about like, which is amazing. You know, about the human mind. Like, is this people going back in time and tampering with the timeline, or is it just like what do you remember? Like, how much information do you retain? You know, from a kid to an adult. But I love the theory of time travel. I hope it's real.
Well, I know you're not gonna. I know you're not gonna tell me that the Terminator didn't say "Hasta la vista, baby," and I'll be back.
Exactly.
If that was different, I'd be saying, "Wait a minute."
Yes.
You know that actually brings up a good point, though. You know, you was talking about how different things can be different from what you thought. For years, I don't know if you've ever heard of her. She's a vegan and everything, and she used to act on the TV show Listen Up. Then she was on Victorious, and she was in that movie with John Cena. What's the name of that movie? It was a Nickelodeon produced movie. Anyway, her name is Danielle Monet, and I always thought her name was pronounced Daniela Monet, but it was actually Daniela Monet. And
there's a lot of weird stuff like that.
There's
a lot of weird stuff like that.
And you know the same thing goes with that 70s show, Mila Kunis? Is it Kunis or is it pronounced some way different?
I think it's Mila Kunis.
Kunis, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis, okay.
People
Yeah.
have said Mila. There are people who have said Mila.
Wow, see that's so interesting and so weird, you know.
It is so weird. Like that's why I love that theory. It's always intrigued me. I just love different theories. I like watching videos too about like I like when people get like proof of like aliens or Bigfoot. You know, I like to see people like swear by it. There's something about or like abductions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That always interested me too. People like used to get. I'm sorry, did I say right? Abductions, yeah.
Yeah.
Used to get abducted by aliens.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Sometimes they're really, really funny. That's why I like to listen to them, and they're outrageous. But sometimes they're like people are just really convincing, and it scares me.
Well, you know, throughout my life, at different times, and I'm sure everybody's had this. Like at different times, I'll have those. They call them deja vu moments, where you'll think, "Wait a minute, didn't this already happen? You know, didn't I already do this? You know." And then you'll say, "Well, maybe it didn't. You know, maybe this is the first time I've done this. You know." So, I mean, but you'll think you're having a deja vu moment, but you don't really know if it is a deja vu moment or not. You know. So
exactly.
It's kind of weird. You know, kind of weird.
It is.
Do you have anything that you would like to promote?
Anything I'd like to promote?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Definitely my films I've talked about. I'd love to promote. I really would love to promote Roll Call as well. Roll Call is a great movie. You all should watch it. The trailer is on YouTube. promote that one. I
Okay.
already talked about Borgie that's coming up September 13th. Volkov is an all-original film. We have a great team behind it. Incredible crew, incredible actors. It's a great cast. And it's all original. And it's been two film festivals already, and it already won a Gold Award. And for the one in California and Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, love to promote that one. Supernatural Assassins, check that out. The website, I believe the website is up. I'm also seeing another film as well.
Mm-hmm.
That one, that's like a small part, but it's a Disney approved documentary, and that is going to be really cool. I'm not sure about that one, but that's called The Legacy of the Parent Trap. If anyone's interested, you can definitely check that one out as well.
Okay.
There's also, and then what am I missing? Oh, there's a podcast I'm in. That is called Lucky Charm. It's on, I believe the site is called Hale and Net. And you just look up on Lucky Charm, and you can definitely subscribe to it. It's just it's like a drama.
Okay.
And it's really good. I played Dr. Valentine.
Okay.
So I auditioned for that. And let's see if there's anything else. I think that's pretty much it. You guys can check me out. Well, if you want to know more about me, you can check out my IMDb, my Twitter. You can start on Facebook, and you can friend me if you'd like. My name is Danielle Sandler, and no relation to the actor, but I wish. Because he's awesome. I don't know if you all saw Adam on SNL. He did a really great job, and I love that he brought back Aquaman.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to catch that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can look it up. It's great. He's hilarious. Yeah, you can look me up. I'm Danielle Sandler. You can look me up on Instagram as well. That's Dingy. It sounds kind of weird. It's like a nickname, but it's a...
So G-I-G-I?
It's a D-E-E-N-J-E. So Dingy.
V-I-G-I?
No, it's a D as in Danielle.
Oh, okay.
2 E's as in Erica, and then N as in Nicholas, J as in Jack, and then E as in Erica again. And then you can find me on Instagram.
Okay.
You can definitely you'll find me on Twitter, you can find me on Facebook, and feel free to friend me and say hi, what's up, and yeah.
Okay, well,
fun.
Thank you so much for taking time out to be on the show today, Danielle. Had a great time, and wish you all the luck in your future and everything. Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. This was fun. Today's a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, it was a good interview.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have a good day and rest of the week.
Thank you so much. You too. Have a wonderful day and have a nice week.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was actress, singer, and boxer Danielle Sandler. And as she was saying, Voorhees will be available September the 13th. It's a movie that she's in. And you can look up I'm Lucky Charm podcast, and you'll find it. The podcast episode she was in. She plays Dr. Valentine. And you can find her on Instagram at D as in dog, E as in east, E as in east, N as in nice, J as in Jesse, and E as in east. And you can follow her on Instagram. And you can also follow her on, find her on Twitter and Facebook. And folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Daniela was, not Danielle, Danielle, not Daniela. Danielle. Oh yeah, and also look up her on Facebook, Danielle Sandler. That's spelled Danielle Sandler, Sandler. The same last name as Adam Sandler, but no relation. And want to let you all know that today Danielle was my 191st guest. So I'm very happy about that. And I have 13 more shows left here for you great fans on the WSE Lounge. And I will be right back in just a few minutes because I'm going to make a bombshell announcement that you're not going to want to miss. And it's about this Thursday show.